The original question tells you to assume that the area of the seed square is 1, and I didn't reprint it here, but we are going off the assumption that this original seed has an area of 1. Alright, so my seed has area 1, so the area of this carpet at step 1, well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 9 possible squares that I keep. So it should be 8/9 of the original area, which is 8/9. 8/9 of 1 is 8/9. Alright, so now let's look at step 2. How many shaded squares are there as a ratio to the total number of squares? So my total number of squares, well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 9. So I have a total of 81 squares. And now I'm going to count and see how many of them are shaded. So I have 9 this way. Then I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 9 more makes 24. 27, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 37, 40, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, and 55 plus 9 is 64. So 64 out of 81 squares are shaded. Alright, and then in step 3, that's really difficult to count on my little screen here. But I could if I really wanted to, and it would turn out that the total number of squares in this picture is 729. So that's my denominator. And then I would count up the number of squares that are shaded, and that comes out to 512. So that's about the last step that I can count, though. From there, my squares are going to get really tiny and really difficult to count. So what I'm hoping is that by this time I can see a pattern. And maybe you can see that my denominators of each of these fractions are being multiplied by 9. 9 times 9 is 81. 81 times 9 is 729. So in step 4, I would guess 729 times 9, which is 6,561. And my numerators are being multiplied by 8. 8 times 4 is 64. 64 times 8 is 512. And 512 times 8 is 4,096. So if I want to come up with a formula for the area of the carpet at step n, I would say, well, the area at step n, we start with 1, and then we're multiplying the numerators by 8 and the denominators by 9, and we have to do that over and over again, n times. Or more simply, just 8/9 to the n. We don't really need the 1 because multiplying by 1 doesn't do anything. Alright, so then part F, they ask, what is the area of the carpet approaching as the number of steps approaches infinity? Well, if I'm throwing away 1/9 of the carpet at every step, right, if I'm keeping 8/9 and I'm throwing away 1/9, then the area of my carpet is just going to shrink. It's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Think of these little squares as dollars in your bank account. If you throw away 1/9 of the money that you have every month, your bank account is going to be approaching 0, as is the area of this carpet.